Abraham Lincoln is one of the most revered figures in American history, known for his wisdom, wit, and unyielding commitment to ending slavery. But how much of the Lincoln movie, directed by Steven Spielberg, actually reflects who he was? The film focuses on the final months of Lincoln's life, especially his efforts to pass the 13th Amendment. The movie shows a determined yet weary leader fighting to change the course of history. But the reality? Lincoln was far more complex than the stoic figure we see on screen. Let's start by examining Lincoln's true character, beyond the Hollywood gloss. One of the film's most intense storylines revolves around Lincoln's relentless push to pass the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery. In the movie, Lincoln is shown using questionable tactics to secure votes, like offering jobs to sway members of Congress. But was he really that ruthless in real life? The truth is, while Lincoln was deeply committed to ending slavery, he was also a master strategist. He understood that politics often required compromise and persuasion. However, historical records suggest that while he was firm in his convictions, he wasn't as manipulative as the film portrays. Lincoln's focus was on doing whatever it took to unite the country, but he always aimed to do it with integrity. Hollywood loves a good family drama, and Lincoln is no exception. The film portrays Mary Todd Lincoln as emotionally unstable, constantly battling grief over the death of their son Willie. And yes, Mary Todd had her struggles, but the reality is far more nuanced. In truth, Mary Todd was fiercely supportive of Lincoln's presidency and deeply involved in political matters. She wasn't just a tragic figure overwhelmed by sorrow. She was a strong woman who endured unimaginable hardships while standing by her husband's side. What's more, the film focuses heavily on Lincoln's relationship with his eldest son, Robert. But did you know that Lincoln's relationship with all his children was far more complex? He was a loving father who made time for his sons despite his overwhelming responsibilities. Hollywood tends to simplify these relationships, but the reality is that Lincoln was constantly trying to balance being both a leader and a father. Hollywood loves to paint Lincoln as a natural-born orator, delivering the Gettysburg Address with ease and spontaneity. But here's the truth. Lincoln meticulously crafted that speech. He knew the power of words and spent hours refining each line. The film implies that Lincoln's speeches were impromptu strokes of genius, but historians know that Lincoln was methodical. His ability to move a nation with just a few words came from careful thought and deep conviction. So, the next time you watch that iconic scene, remember, there was a lot more effort behind it than the film lets on. The film ends with Lincoln's assassination, a tragic moment that shocked the world. But what the film doesn't show is the incredible series of events leading up to that fateful night at Ford's Theater. Lincoln had just signed the legislation that would help heal the nation after the Civil War. And while the film captures the weight of that moment, it doesn't fully convey how Lincoln's vision for America was far from complete. What Hollywood misses is the fact that Lincoln was already planning the next steps for the country. He wanted to bring the nation back together with as little bitterness as possible. The assassination cut short what could have been a transformative era of reconciliation. Despite some creative liberties, there's no denying that Lincoln did an excellent job capturing the essence of one of America's most influential presidents. The film shows his unyielding dedication, his struggles, and the sacrifices he made for the country. But it's important to remember that Hollywood is in the business of storytelling. The drama, the tension, it's all designed to keep us hooked. But why does it matter? Because understanding the real story behind Lincoln's life helps us appreciate not just the man, but also the incredible journey of a nation. Knowing the truth behind the dramatizations allows us to see that history is often even more fascinating than fiction. So, there you have it, the real story behind Lincoln. It's a tale of resilience, leadership, and the power of conviction. But it's also a reminder that history is complex, filled with real people making difficult choices in impossible situations. If you enjoyed this deep dive into fact versus fiction, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next exploration into the truth behind Hollywood's biggest stories. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the real story is even better than the movie. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning what you see on the big screen.